Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are going to be continuing the Let's Play for Reverse 1999. So then, last time we took a quick little dip into the anecdotes and checked out the Zeno anecdote, which was very good. I really enjoyed that story, despite the fact that it definitely ended in a, well, tragedy. It was, that was an ending. But it was a very interesting anecdote with much needed characterization for some of the characters, but one of the things about the anecdote that had me for a bit like stumped was where it's exactly taking place. And I was thinking to myself, okay, because of the reused assets that they were taking from the more punk story, I mean the city landscape stuff and the courtyard one, the cave one, especially with all the trinkets and stuff that were on the walls, I was really under the impression that the story was taking place in somewhere in India and everything, so I left it at that, but I think I did ask you guys to clarify for me if you know where exactly it's taking place. And one such comment came almost immediately upon the episode release, and it came from Zomf Groffelmau, who simply said, "Welcome to the Soviet-Afghan War." I read the comment and it immediately hit me like, oh my god, how did I forget about that specific time period? God, why? I don't know. Again, I'm gonna put it down purely by going by the visual stuff that they were using, right, for the anecdote, because obviously there was no side story yet that was taking place, at least I'm not aware of it, that was taking place in Afghanistan or something, that they had like unique art for it. So just going by the art that they reused from more punk, I was like, okay, this is probably India. Oh, I could have been more wrong, I guess. But anyway, Zom, thank you very much for pointing that out. But yeah, very interesting time period to set that story in, and again, the story for Zeno was very engaging. Literally had me gripped from start to finish as I was reading and voicing the characters through that thing. Was very fun to do so. And like I said at the beginning, it did the one thing that I wanted it to do, honestly, and that is to give characterization to certain characters from Zeno, Bertolt being one of them. Finally getting more characterization of the guy and seeing that he's not just, you know, a bad guy or whatever, because at the end of the day, the Rayashki story did leave you with the initial impression of him being like, maybe just a bad guy kind of deal, maybe not too much. Like, it definitely gave a bit more clues to his character in general, but not enough to make you believe like, okay, he's not just being a dingus. But yeah, the Zeno anecdote definitely gave a lot of more characterization to him, pretty much showing that he really like, or rather that the Rayashki people really left a big impression on him, like their unity and their community definitely impressed him. Then seeing him interact with the soldiers and how much he both cherishes and respects them, even fighting for the one guy who was basically a hired hand and wasn't really a Zeno soldier, Hassan, trying to fight for his name to be put on a wall, essentially, to be remembered by. It was just good. And also seeing Lilia in the story, especially a younger version of Lilia, was actually surprising. I was not expecting like to see like a what I would always call like a baby version of a character that we currently know in one of these anecdotes. That was pretty unique to see there. But also, again, a very interesting thing to see, because I did ask you guys as well, like, how old is Lilia supposed to be in the current story? Like the one we can both play as a unit, and the one in the main story. Apparently she's 17, roughly, around that age. And apparently it's only stated in the Chinese version that she's 17. I guess for the global version they are too afraid to say her age, because she drinks strong alcohol. But yeah, oh yeah, and apparently in the Zeno anecdote she's apparently around 13, which, my god, that, that is a thing, child soldiers, right? But, I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. Like, not that child soldiers are not a thing in certain places in the world, but it's always like, it leaves you with a very, feeling in the gut when you see and know about that. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely was also very interesting to see Lilia interacting with Bertold and how their relationship was going along. Kind of like a... They almost had like a father-daughter dynamic through the whole thing, I would say, which was very wholesome. And I wonder what happened to Bertold later. I don't know if Lilia's files or voice files talk about that, because I don't have her, and I never looked into those. But I kind of wonder, and also, if Bertold appears somewhere later, don't spoil that, please. We'll see. We'll see as we go through the rest of the game, of course. But yeah, I'm very actually interested to see if the guy is gonna reappear in some kind of capacity. But yeah, that's enough about Zeno. Cosmic Overture. Right, this is gonna be interesting. I already said this in one of the earlier parts. I'm excited for this story because of two major things. Or maybe I guess three major things at this point. One is the year. If that year is the year where this story is taking place in 1987, I am super excited for it, because that is my birth year. That's when I was born. But we have space theming. This menu music is also ascending me, by the way, as I'm talking here and listening to it. And considering that Name Day also appears in this story, I wonder how big his role is gonna be in it. I do wanna know more about this guy. He made me very curious across the last couple of stories that I saw him in very recent fashion as well for myself. Voyager as well seems to be in this story. We'll see how much, considering that I just pulled her from the selector thing that we had very recently. So I'm interested to see how she's gonna do. Also, oh yeah, I was very curious about her, and I just went very briefly through her vocal files, because I was curious if she actually just barely talks or something, or if that recruit line is like unique. And from what I discovered, yeah, she barely ever says anything. It's mostly like just music stuff. Like she plays you a little diddly on the violin. Very cute, I guess. I do wonder if this is not a spoiler, of course, when I ask this. But I do wonder, because I think on her main page it says that she's a supernatural phenomena or something. Can't remember right now. Something like that. I do wonder, is she speaking that little because she's obviously supposed to be like the Voyager probe, essentially, just like in human form, and because the Voyager probe never really like send like modern probes would send like huge amounts of data, or even stream or even in real time stream information over to back to Earth. Is she speaking that little because of how the original space probe would be sending data back in small chunks? If that's the case, that is hilarious and I love it. But yeah, anyway, let's see. Cosmic Overture. In the final count, the world falls silent. A streak ignites the frozen sky, one instant captured, forever immortalized. Very nice. Oh yeah, very quickly as well, where is... Oh yeah, here. The story for her here. I know it's gonna go away in like 3 days, but that's fine. Like before with some of these stories, I'm just gonna watch a video compilation on YouTube for her story. I will do the survey for the rewards probably, or grab the rewards rather from the whole thing very quickly before it goes away. But considering that I'll probably not gonna in time finish Cosmic Overture to go into her story specifically. We'll deal with it through a YouTube video again, like we did in previous instances with this kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway. Okay. Interesting. Is that Vinsong? That is Vinsong. And someone I don't know. Looks almost like a generic kind of person. Okay. Observatory, I guess. Interesting environment. Random snowman. Nice. Playground. Another snowman. Oh, this is... Okay, our rocket. Uh-huh. This is an interesting map. Very familiar architecture looking. I love it. A random circus tent? Aha. Okay, well. How to find shelter. The universe is far from innocent. Oh, those are words. Oh, those are big words. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. Oh, I'm gonna be vibing with this very hard. I love space stuff. I am gonna be vibing with this story.
Take a deep breath and relax. This is my debut. I can't fail. Not now. I have to do this for Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov and everyone in the circus. I must make them proud. Mrs. Kozlov told me that I must guide the air through my body until it finds its balance. Left. Right. Good. Now, wave to the audience and say hello. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I can do this. I'm almost there.
Keep the balance. Steady yourself, Anya. Is it even there? Oh!
Я могу справиться с этим. Сначала мне нужно...
There's no absolute direction up there. Up or down depends on the reference you choose.
I think she has the right to know what the storm really is.
We will still need to cross the year 1999.
Alia, come home.
I'm gonna have to go back through this text. Oh, this is starting immediately interesting. Okay. Kiperina. Okay, so that's the red girl on the right of the menu, who is also gonna be pullable in a couple of days. Where was the text that went by very fast? Oh yeah, steady yourself, find your footing and stand on a strand thin wire. Is it even there? The wire? Well, hopefully there was a safety net for her there. Also, up or down depends on the reference you choose. Yeah, that's pretty much how space works. There's technically no up or down or left or right, unless you're orientating yourself by, you know, objects like planets, the sun, or something like that. I think she has the right to know about the storm. This one was said by...
I think she has the right to know what the storm really is.
Okay, that was said by Name Day. We still need to cross the year 1999. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you guys need to.
Vitals are stable. Biometrics returning to normal.
Medical Ward COSMODROME. The Laplace researcher still hasn't shaken off the weariness of her journey. The medic examines her closely, weighing her emotions as she explains the current situation.
I'd heard you'd already left. Never thought you'd be back so quickly.
Isn't this... Either it's the same person, or isn't this the same... same character model that was used for that one female medic officer back in the Mesmer Anecdote? I think she looks the same. I don't have it right. I don't... Oh, no. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look it up. Oh yeah, it is. She looks like Dorothea. Is this gonna be Dorothea? Oh boy. Oh boy, having flashbacks right now. Oh no. Oof, okay.
It's obvious you care about them. So I'm sure you know what to do when they wake up, Miss Pointer.
Pointer gives a nod, her eyes fixed, scanning the blinking screens beside the bed.
She hasn't suffered any serious trauma. All that Miss Kiperina here needs is rest. But considering her condition, I recommend she stays here a few days longer for observation.
Pointer doesn't respond. After a long silence, she speaks.
Thank you. What's the status of the others?
Okay, you I have not seen before. Very interesting headpiece.
Miss Hissabeth is fine. She was awake earlier. For a few minutes anyway. She signed a donor card. Managed to get all her other siblings to sign it too. Not sure what we'd even do with them. That gentleman and that little salamander guy did the same thing when they woke up.
The little salamander guy? Oh, I wasn't imagining this. I wasn't even saying anything. The little flying pot thing that I saw in the main image for this thing was the little salamander guy. Okay.
Anyway, it's no cause for concern. I've seen my share of lunatics just like them. The real problem is determining treatment. There are so many details to pay attention to when dealing with these special patients. The dosage, their drug resistance. And I'm not a vet, you know? I had to seek out some professional consultation. No offense, but I'm glad you weren't part of this attempt. Otherwise, I might have had to face all of this by myself.
Okay, they tried to do something and it failed. Pointer faces away from the bed and looks the staff member straight in the eye.
I may not have approved of their taking on this project, but I'm still on the team. If only the Foundation could devise regulations sufficient to control our staff's recklessness with their own lives.
Maybe they should consider controlling access to Plasma candy.
Sure.
Ugh, forget that. Even I can't help exceeding the recommended dosage sometimes.
I'll be reporting to the headquarters of the rehab center next month. I'll let you know their average dosage by then.
Sorry, they keep talking about the candy and all I can think about is, yeah, sometimes you need to grind for ingredients or you stockpile like 20 of them and they're all running out in 1 hour. Oh, God, had that happen a couple of times.
Anyway, I need to write up a visitor schedule. We have to make sure our patients get enough rest.
Also, the way they're talking about right now, whatever happened, I wonder if this is one of those times where the story right now is taking place in like after the actual story. Like we're seeing like a later part in the story first before we dip into the actual stuff, or maybe something else happened. We'll see. The second visitor proves just how necessary a proper schedule can be.
How's she doing? I just left the other ward and thought I might drop by.
Hey! The new voice is polite and warm, but still startles them.
Hello, Miss Winsong.
There she
Her
is.
vitals have stabilized. We're monitoring her recovery, but the initial results are positive. We can't say precisely when she'll wake up, but it shouldn't take more than a week.
Good to hear. I'll be by to visit them from time to time, following the schedule, of course. Let me know if it's too much trouble.
You're welcome to drop by here anytime. The isolation room is soundproof, but do keep it down when you visit the other wards.
Of course. I'm just worried about them, you know. Besides, Vila and August have drowned me in letters asking about the project.
Alright. So they're all kind of involved in the whole thing, whatever is happening here?
More importantly, there's a bond between a teacher and her student.
I understand. I'll check in on the others. If you need any help, press that button to call me. By the way, Miss Pointer, Godspeed to you and your team. A bunch of lunatics working together to reach space. Pretty damn cool, I'd say.
Thanks. It's an unexpected and unorthodox compliment. The surprise is written all over Pointier's face.
Ditto.
Are you being serious? Do you think it's possible we could succeed?
Listen to yourself. We. Weren't you quitting the team?
After a short silence, they decide not to answer either question. Winsong takes the first step, and Pointer follows her into the hallway, pulling the door shut behind them.
Your comment on Hissabeth's project. You said it was unrealistic. I don't think you really meant that. But even if you do, why not stay and give them a hand? Their latest ideas for the teleportation disk sound solid to me. This one failure shouldn't be enough to walk away. You've worked with Hissabeth long enough. I'm sure you'd already know if she's pursuing a fool's errand.
You know, considering that so far this game didn't really go into like the space stuff, at least for me it didn't. I never really thought about this, but yeah, but there like arcane stuff and the teleportation discs. Man, space exploration would be very interesting. Especially traversal between like a space station and the ground level. You would just have to necessarily build like a space station. And using, I don't know, I obviously don't know how reusable, how quickly you can use the teleportation stuff all over the place, but just every so often transporting goods or people between a space station with that kind of arcane ability, that's very handy and very eco-friendly. Pointer chooses silence again, but this time Winsong presses her concern.
So, what do you really think?
My thoughts are unimportant. All attempts to talk them out of it have failed. And what's worse, the more forcefully I attempt to dissuade them, the more determined they become.
All right, so lay it on me. Why are they doomed to fail?
I see no reason to expend any energy explaining it.
But please do. Winsong gestures at the ward behind them, behind her.
Whatever. I'll just have to make my own judgments on the matter.
Hissabeth is an excellent researcher. Sharp and decisive. On those merits alone, she's earned my trust. My analysis points to a dangerous level of uncertainty in this project. The price of failure, even optimistically, could be much worse than a few days in recovery. There could be more permanent injuries. They could even...
Okay, she seems more worried about them than actually trying to stop the research. Mostly just to protect them, I guess. Her shoulders shrink in, but her voice remains calm.
My nature compels me to do whatever I can to reduce the danger to our staff. And I want to keep my friends alive. What does it matter if we make it into space and discover whether the storm affects the whole universe?
I mean, it does matter. It is a very, actually interesting question.
Say that we determine this phenomenon only affects Earth. Then what? We can't leave. We don't have the technology to fly off somewhere else. And if instead we determine the storm is indeed universal, and that it will inevitably swallow up the stars, well, then wouldn't it all be pointless? Either way, my calculations are clear. The answer is not worth our lives.
That's how you feel. I get it. So why not tell them?
I've been attempting to find the right time to say it.
The ley-line scholar shrugs. She has the answer she came for.
Maybe so. Speaking of things to say, I've got some news, and I thought it was better you hear it from me. Laplace has decided to evacuate the spaceport. All staff on site are to be relocated before the end of the month.
Oh?
Evacuated? Where to? There is critical equipment here that can't be moved in that time frame. Besides, this spaceport was part of our active partnership with the local government.
Is another storm approaching? Did it? I saw the time chart that one of you provided me, but I forgot. I can't remember from the top of my head right now if there was a storm in this year. She lifts her head, and Winsong doesn't shy away from her gaze.
Ah, we're moving to our real branch in Plesetsk, aren't we? The one on the edge of the Arctic Circle that's proven immune to the storm.
Ah, okay.
This is our storm emergency plan.
You've got it. All Laplace employees are to spend a week in the care center after reporting to Plesetsk. The local staff will be put on paid vacation, as is usual.
They both know exactly when this paid vacation will come to an end.
Hissabeth was also waiting for the right time. And I guess this is it. Sign this for her, will you? Don't worry, it's not a donor card.
Don't worry, I will not steal your...
You're asking me to sign this so that my teammates can stay here and die in the storm.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at the signatures right now. Okay. Interesting. The handprint.
I'm not asking. I'm only delivering it to you. But they know what they're doing here. That's why I want to help.
I need some time. My analysis won't be objective right now.
Sure. Just don't keep your teammates waiting. Our time is short.
She places the paper neatly into her pocket, then returns to the glass to watch over the sleeping girl. A few months ago, none of them could have imagined it would come to this. Okay, so yeah, this beginning definitely felt like it was taking place after whatever the actual story is. Okay. Okay, very interesting beginning. The Voyagers. Alright. Okay, now I know who this peon is for. Pointer. Hissabeth. Alright. 3 fallen stars. Let's see.
Not long ago, Voyager 2 successfully reached Uranus, marking the first ever exploration of this planet in human history. It conducted an examination of Uranus's ring system as planned. After a temporary orbital adjustment caused by its earlier visit to Titan, Voyager 1 continues its journey towards the edge of the solar system. The future...
Oh. Plesetsk office. The staticky but steady voice of the news cuts out.
We already know where they're going and what they're gonna do. Why are you wasting time on all news?
Snacks! I really like her design. Especially... Oh, I didn't even notice the, like, jacket is like a astronaut's suit, essentially. Like a part of it. Very neat.
As I recall, we've even got a photo from Voyager 1 taken in 1990. It's stored somewhere in the Laplace archives.
That's correct. They even have the development reports from Seaton, and the work done on meteor burst communication tech. But none of the archives mention the whereabouts of the golden records, do they? So there's a chance we'll hear some new clue this time around, like... According to the sudden decrease in Voyager 1's mass, it's been speculated that the golden records were intercepted by an unknown entity.
I was about to say golden records. Are you talking about the golden records with data, some like basic surface data about humanity that were placed on the probes, like a message to the outside if at any given point the probes get found and intercepted by a spacefaring race. Okay. Huh. Is this Is this gonna be how they're gonna explain the existence of the character Voyager? The records melted into... Oh! Actually, now that I think about it, is this gonna be the case? I mean, the other side of her hair is golden. I think she's all about music, and they did send music up on those golden records. Okay, that's gonna be hilarious.
Intercepted. You make it sound like it was stolen by aliens or space pirates.
I would wipe with space pirates.
A space pirate? I doubt they would have any interest in some ordinary records.
I know one. If you send her out into space, she would definitely steal that record.
Now why don't you get to the point? What's so urgent that you had to switch off the radio?
Oh, I'm making a video. I didn't want the sound drowning out the recording.
I'm recording our YouTube video. Excuse me.
Should be quiet enough now.
Oh. Oh god, this format. April 1986.
Hissabeth, Laplace researcher.
Oh, do I have to advance the text? Okay, good. Plesetsk COSMODROME.
So why was I mad enough to join this project? Call it a matter of personal interest.
Really?
Let me introduce myself in a little more detail, in case you're shocked when you get your first look at me.
Uh-huh. Hallway, COSMODROME.
Are we there yet? Rats. This is no way to travel. Let me just slither, please.
Oh my god, her hair can talk. Or the snakes in her hair can talk individually. That is hilarious.
We don't have a choice. We're stuck with this most unfortunate mode of transportation.
Wait, what was that accent? Give me that again.
Are we there yet? Rats. This is
no, that's the other one.
Introducing 2 of the 9 siblings of the Dubois family, always loudly at odds and proud of it.
Okay. Hold on, Vertin, my mouse go for a second.
We don't have a choice. We're stuck with this most unfortunate mode of transportation.
I love it.
Thanks to the cold weather, the others still brewmating, so they haven't yet tested my patience.
Footsteps grow nearer, prompting them to look around for their source.
Welcome. Let me walk you to your office. Your ID card, please. Oh, my apologies.
Jesus Christ.
My patience just run out.
Uh-huh. The snake twists its body away with agility, but
Thank
not
you for
fast
showing
enough.
Me the way.
Okay. But not fast enough. It is forced to clamp its mouth shut.
Why don't we speed up a bit? This place feels as cold as a goddamn morgue. I can barely talk without shivering. When we get to the office, I'll warn them not to scare our colleagues for the 4th time.
Of course. We'll ensure the heat is kept on 24/7 inside your office. Laplace never neglects the little details.
In truth, as a reptilian enthusiast, she's just trying to hide the rudeness of her surprise at seeing... at seeing the cute snakes.
Go ahead and knock on the door. Miss Pointer should be expecting you.
Alright.
By the way, since you mentioned the cold weather, do you need a thermostat for your lovely pets? We try our best to meet all of our researchers' needs.
Oh, we're all good. My coat works as a kind of thermoregulated insulator. It should be fine.
Understood. And please note that the spaceport here is just a part of our local research collaboration. Laplace's official branch in Plesetsk is actually further north, right on the edge of the Arctic Circle. It has a strict security policy, so you'll need to file an application before visiting. There's no guarantee it will be approved either. Welcome to the Plesetsk COSMODROME.
Just a few steps out, the receptionist turns back, drawn by a faint sound. The little golden-scaled snake flicks its tongue at her, and... was that a wink?
Goodbye, little Hissy.
She's so charmed by the snakes. The researcher disappears down the hall, and cheerful voices ring out again.
You know what, too? I think the staff here are more accommodating than most types we meet.
Or are you just being more of a jerk than usual? Now stay out of trouble and don't call me by my number again.
Oh, what number did she say for her? 2. Okay, so Hissabeth is number 2.
Just so you know, I'm perfectly willing to tie you up by the tails if I start hearing about any missing lab rats.
The door swings open, preventing the escalation of their family feud.
Huh?
I knew I heard someone talking behind the door. Glad my ears don't need tuning. Please, come in. Are you the new researcher on this project?
You've got it. So, I take it you're one of my new colleagues?
Whoa, what was that? Transition. Office COSMODROME. The new colleague's attitude seems cold to the touch. I wonder, is she a construct? Considering the gizmos on her head. But once she steps inside and takes in the whole setup, she realizes that details like that won't matter too much.
2 devices, 2 chairs, and 2 standard issue desks. Is it just the 2 of us?
I expected you to be more rigorous as a fellow Laplace researcher. According to official records, we have a 3rd researcher on the team. An attaché from the local government. In theory, anyway. No one has ever seen or heard of them. It's just a name on the notice board.
Okay, and what's the name?
However, if you insist on ignoring our esteemed co-worker, who I mention out of deep respect for our local partners, then correct. It's just the 2 of us.
I love the way she said that.
So, what do you think of our setup? It's not so bad. At least we're in full control of our budget, although I recommend setting those budget expectations low.
Cool. Everything's more or less as I expected. An undervalued project in extraordinary times. What kind of bizarre mind hatched up the idea of teleporting supplies directly into space?
I mean, it sounds very useful.
Do you believe our goals are unrealistic?
Not at all. Only eclectic, let's say. And I've always been a fan of eclectic theories. They're often a stepping stone to true discovery.
If the guy who came up with that theory is not called Scotty, I'm calling bullshit.
I'm certain that the combination of arcanum and science will one day make up the core of our civilization. We're not there yet, but...
It's only a matter of time. Perhaps this project will be the next leap forward. So far, the teleport disk we've developed is functional but unstable. It's a one-way ticket capable of travel only within a short distance. But if we can improve its range and stability, I calculate its value to society to be potentially earth-shaking.
Interesting, because yeah, we've seen it being used, the teleportation discs, that is, in the stories, so they definitely will develop them better, and they will become more useful in the future.
Looks like we'll make for quite a team.
She picks up the stack of files from the desk, clearing a small spot to lean against.
But before that, we'll have to make sure our project isn't shut down before it can begin. Which means we need to cook up something worthwhile to put in our report.
To that end, I know you're an expert in aerospace materials. Are there any specific specimens you need? I'll do what I can to source them for you. Oh, but be quick. Our resource applications must be submitted today. The evaluation process and all other little details mean it will take some time to arrive.
Let me see. No, I don't have any particular needs for now. How do you feel about fish?
Fish? Even Boydier's keen analytical mind struggles to keep up with the rapid topic change. She pauses a full 3 seconds before answering.
They're fine. As are those pets you've got dangling in your hair.
Cool. Looks like I've come to exactly the right place. No nosy layabouts around to moan about my hobbies. Speaking of those pets, they're not really pets. I remember mentioning them in my profile. You didn't read it, Whatever, so long as they can hold their own. Then you threw the file into the trash, am I right?
It wasn't quite so dramatic, but yes. I briefly scanned it for your field of expertise and experience. Nothing else mattered to me.
So, Alright, you should get to know your new colleagues. I'm a Melusine. We have snakes for hair. So they're not pets, they're my siblings.
Alright.
Technically, you've got yourself a grand total of 9 new co-workers. Surprise!
Surprise! 9, holy hell.
That is certainly new information. It's unfortunate that Laplace doesn't pay out their sharpodontes by head.
Oh my god. Oh, that would be... Oh... Can you imagine hiring an employee who is technically like at least like 5 employees in one person, and you need to pay every single one of them? Good god.
Maybe I can convince them to go in for every 2 heads?
I wouldn't predict your chances to be high, but a larger food allowance seems appropriate, given your additional mouths to feed.
Mind requesting me a corner office? I need a lot of space for my fish tank. Pets and plants help me cool off.
Whatever you want. Let's just finish the report as soon as possible. Then, we can apply for additional office space. 1 room for each of us. Deal?
Deal.
Agreement reached. Pointier lifts her right hand. A snake stretches forward to gently tap her palm with its head.
Nice working with you.
I love these little guys. They also gave them very funny sounding voices and accents. It's great. The Phantom of the Opera guy from earlier was great. Alright, we're starting very early with these. Public radio usage log. Next to this empty radio dock is a log that's been diligently updated with each use. Where's the radio? Public radio, 5 minutes per person per day. Listen to whatever you want, but leave an update in the log. Okay, that's interesting. 12:05. Restore the frequency to normal and listen to Swan Lake. I don't like that. 18:05. Tune to a foreign station. Adjusted the frequency to avoid interference. 3:05. Attempt number 39. Still no reply from the cosmic friend. Answer me, answer me. 12:05. Restore the frequency to normal and listen to Swan Lake. I don't like the repeat of Swan Lake. 18:05. Tuned to a foreign station, adjusted the frequency to avoid interference. Okay, sometime later. 3:05. Attempt 42. Observed an unusual aurora. Must be the cosmic friend. She's responding. 12:05. Restore the frequency to normal and listen to Swan Lake. Wishful thinking aside, remember to reset the settings. Swan Lake is always at the same time of day. At like 12 sharp. 18:05. Tune to a foreign station, adjusted the frequency to avoid interference. Sometime later again. 3:05. Attempt 73. The Turn's migration route. The Turn's migration route is different from last year. Is she affecting the magnetic field? 12:08. Oh, this is interesting. Plesetsk is not going, I guess, to buy a second radio. Break it again and we'll bury you in the snow. 18:05. Tuned to a foreign station, adjusted the frequency. Okay. Sometime later again. 3:05. Attempt 106. The magnetic anomaly has reached the edge of the polar circle. I so want to meet her. 12 sharp. Off to intercept the cosmic idealist in Mirny. break his bones and reclaim the radio. What? What is happening? 1800. I hope his imaginary cosmic friend is real, as if. Okay. What? We'll see, I guess, in a sec. The meaning of meaning. Okay, that's the first actual battle stage. It carries the weight of each individual. It raises the towering walls of every endeavor. I do wonder if that radio whole thing about the radio. Oh, May 1987. Plesetsk
Everything
COSMODROME.
from there on went smoothly and according to schedule. It was a genuine pleasure working with Pointer.
Also, I keep noticing that that I keep saying instead of Pointer, I keep saying Poitier. That name has lodged itself into my brain. Anyway, was thinking earlier while reading the radio stuff, are they talking about Voyager? Like, the character Voyager coming back? Is that actually gonna be the thing?
Well, those first days at least.
Hissabeth, did you go to that ley lines lecture yesterday? I couldn't make it. I've been reviewing this data for the last 10 hours. The model is a mess. Something's off. I can't isolate the issue. It could be the system compiler, or the incantation. Or maybe we missed some characters when we transcoded it.
I hit space by accident for less than hours, okay.
Oh, the lecture? Yeah, Winsong mentioned it when we met her at the canteen a few days ago. Hold on.
The chair swivels halfway, and Hissabeth stands, stretching before setting her bread aside. A snake holding a data card slithers up to Pointer's feet.
This is Elen. She woke up just a while ago. Elen, meet Pointer. We couldn't all attend the lecture, but I asked someone to take Elen there to observe. Here are the notes.
Huh, very interesting. Okay, so these snakes are not, like, attached, I guess, to... Maybe they are, but maybe they can detach themselves from her body? Or they're just holding on, I don't know. I don't know how this works, but okay, they can go separate ways. Very fun.
I still haven't stopped being amazed by your siblings' telepathic connection. I wonder if there is an arcane skill that might approximate the same effect. Imagine how much faster we'd be able to share information with it.
It's got its advantages. If you're willing to accept 8 different voices oscillating between a party and a brawl every day in your mind.
I mean, she has a point, but you don't wanna know about the mess in my head when I'm recording an Arcanists video. Anyway. Hissabeth shrugs and scoops up the little snake. It shoots up her sleeve, vanishing into her blue hair to rejoin her siblings.
Hope you don't mind. She's been a bit shy ever since we were little.
Aw, cutie.
That won't be a problem. I'll get it back to you in a few days. I just want to check if the study of ley lines can help with our aeroshell's force analysis.
Is that all? You could have left a message. No need to go out of your way.
Well, and I needed someone to unload a bit on. It's been months since I submitted our resupply application, and there doesn't appear to be any progress. This slow starvation for all of us is a waste of effort. They should just cut the cord and scrap all these projects they feel show no value in the short term.
Look at the silver lining. We're sure to get our new offices.
Office space, the one thing we have in abundance here.
So many offices. She waves her arms in irritation before slipping back into her usual tone.
Anyway, how are things on your side? I'm free for the moment.
I'm progressing just fine. Take a look.
Oh, very interesting. She's...
Excellent. Feel free to let me know if you
Why
require
was that
any
auto-scrolling? She steps closer to the desk. Hissabeth shifts some space and lays out the blueprints. Okay, so blueprint for an astronaut suit with a lot of scribbles on it. No idea what it says. Outside of on the astronaut suit, it says 1952, I think. At least. Them to my... whatever. Can't read that. Very interesting. Rocket. Uh-huh. What's with the snacks?
You know, for all the time we've worked together, there are still many questions left unanswered between us. I'm curious. Why did you choose this project?
The tenor of their conversation has changed since their first meeting. This isn't a test, it's genuine concern. Time has built enough trust between them to ask.
There are many other teams pursuing the combination of arcanum and science. I think one of them is presently working on cleaning incantations and plant-related rituals.
Uh-huh.
Why choose Plesetsk? Is it that you feel your expertise in material science will be of most benefit here? Or do you have a particular interest in the aerospace industry? Don't mistake my intentions. I'm happy you chose to join our little team. You've performed exceptionally well so far.
If I had to put a finger on it, I'd say it was curiosity. I really want to know where those golden records will end up.
I'm speculating right now, but because her personal story has that image of her as a child, I presume that one will dive a bit into more as to why she's pursuing space. She rolls up the blueprint before settling into a relaxed
Remember
position.
what I told you about my parents? They were studying information technology at Laplace before the first storm struck.
Hissabeth's mind has always jumped around, but now Pointer can keep up. She knows to wait for the point to come back around. Pun intended there?
I can't wrap my head around that stuff. My whole life has been a constant stream of information. You wouldn't believe how distracting it is to have 8 voices in your brain, bothering you night and day. Still, all 9 of us enjoyed reading. Whenever we found a particularly compelling article, we'd divide it up and each focus on a different part.
Good God, yeah, that has to be like a very fast method of getting information in. Holy hell.
We'd always have a huge brainstorm after we finished. It was a lot of fun, actually. I miss those times. I still remember the day that meteor fell to Earth.
What meteor are we talking about?
Nos derniers rapports indiquent que Voyager
Our latest reports are that the Voyager 1 has officially traveled the furthest through our solar system of many man-made spacecraft. Okay. Hey! Surpassing Pioneer 10 by a distance of approximately 419 astronomical units.
I don't remember where I was or what I was doing, but I remember the broadcast was talking about Voyager 1. And that all 9 of us were staring at the twinkling dot on the screen.
Si la Lune se trouve à près de 400 000 km de nous, à quel point ce petit caillou était-il plus éloigné de la Terre lorsqu'il a commencé son voyage?
Is she French? Is Hissabeth supposed to be French? If the moon is almost 400,000 kilometers away from us, how much further away was this little rock from Earth when it started on its journey?
Incroyable!
Unbelievable. Well, funny you should say that, but according to astronomy, most objects that are floating around through our solar system, comets and everything, they kinda are from our solar system. They just have very, very long arcs. Unbelievable.
We never knew the stars above our heads could actually fall into our world. What was happening up there? For all our brainstorms, we never reached a solid conclusion. Where will Voyager 1 go? Who, if anyone, will find its golden records? When will the stars stop shining?
I like this tune in the background right now. Also, her fascination of space stemming from these little morsels of being fascinated by the night sky. Again, I can vibe with that shit. I don't know when my personal fascination with like space and stuff started, but I definitely feel it started with like with like shows like Star Trek back at the beginning of the 90s when I was living in Germany for a short while. I think that's where my fascination with that stuff started.
Are there researchers out there just like us living on another planet, looking for the same answers?
Who knows?
One little meteor brought us so many questions, and we could never leave a stone unturned.
I see. That's why you joined this project, despite its lack of immediate contributions to society.
Nonsense! Our work is critical to the future of aerospace engineering. We've got plenty of contributions to offer.
This time she's the one holding up a hand, waiting for a high five.
Was that an attempt to cheer me up? There's no need. I'm not easily discouraged.
Palm to palm, their hands meet for just a moment. Aww, they're friends!
You've warmed up a bit.
Yeah, thanks to the 24/7 heating, and because I keep all of us well fed. Speaking of, I'm headed to town to find a restaurant. Care to join me? There's some decent food in Plesetsk now, thanks to the new policies. Do you want anything in particular?
Your call.
Back then, we never thought to ask why our supply application had been put on ice for so long.
Uh-huh. Oh? May 1987, Plesetsk COSMODROME.
They're terminating the project?
Uh-oh. The noise startles the snakes. One by one, they poke their heads out to join the shock. Too bad the moment's already passed. Pointer doesn't even have time to snap a picture.
I understand, ma'am, but you should know that our top priority after each storm is to restore the Foundation and the LSCC to full function as soon as possible. With our current shortages of resources and manpower, that means cutting all non-essential projects.
Non-essential? Then what is it that counts as essential? Who decided on our priority?
Damn, she's pissed. Before these snakes can hiss again in protest, Pointer reaches out and grabs Hissabeth.
Calm down, Hissabeth. I understand that Mr. Ludwig did his best to keep as many projects running in Plesetsk as he could. We couldn't have stayed here this long if it weren't for him. But he's only a branch leader. He doesn't get to make the top-level decisions.
They act as if all of their essential and valuable consumer technology just popped up out of nowhere. To think that aerospace engineering has less to contribute than their other projects? Mad! They wouldn't even have vegetable packets in their instant noodles without us.
Oh yeah, definitely French. I recognize the word mad. But yeah, it's a very funny thing, but I don't think even people nowadays realize how much developing stuff for like travel into space and preserving food for space exploration essentially and stuff like that has actually influenced everyday consumerism and products and stuff that we use. It's actually very fascinating.
I'm sorry, but our decision is final. Please allow me to finish. As you can imagine, I have several other meetings lined up after this.
Sure. Please continue.
Madame Lucy has expressed that she is not in favor of this decision. To that end, she asked me to deliver a lifeline for your work here. As you know, our knowledge about the storm remains extremely limited. Madame Lucy believes we could better manage our circumstances if we could observe it in greater detail, particularly its extent. She's seeking volunteers from Plesetsk for a project, one that aims to send a monitor into space in order to collect data as the storm arrives.
Well, that would be a good idea. Setting up a satellite that just monitors stuff. Two completely different reactions.
What about the other projects? Where will the researchers be assigned if their projects have all been terminated?
Pointer shoots her another look, trying to signal her, but Hissabeth either doesn't notice or doesn't care.
Most will be reassigned to other teams. I'm afraid there isn't much manpower to spare on our work here. That's the deal. If you want to stay on this project, then this mission must become your full focus. On the bright side, you'll have full access to all the resources left in Plesetsk.
He makes a quick glance down the hallway to check no one else is around, then steps closer and lowers his voice.
I believe you two to be the most talented researchers in Plesetsk, and I know you want to achieve something with your work here. Still, I think I should caution you against accepting this task. Sure, if you pull this off, you'd become a legend throughout our organization, but there's only so much value in fame and admiration.
And what would happen if we were to fail?
I'm afraid your best hope would be instant death, and it may be much worse than that. No one knows for certain what the storm can do after all. I'm not sure this is worth your lives.
Noticing another researcher approaching from the far end of the hall with luggage in hand, he steps back, readopting his cool professional tone.
Alright, that's all. I just need you to confirm that you've been informed. You'll have 24 hours to respond to our request.
After receiving the official documents, Pointer and Hissabeth return to their office. They say nothing for a long time. The weight of the decision before them deserves their silent consideration. Finishing her deliberations, Pointer clears the air.
Hissabeth, I know you're a big supporter of Madame Lucy, but I'm sure you agree this mission is a statistical death sentence.
We stand by the Robo-Mama.
If you're struggling for a way to say no, I'll come up with it.
Whoa. What was that? Her words don't seem to have any purchase on her fellow researcher. Hissabeth looks up at her with a puzzled expression.
Sorry, what? Never mind. I've got good news.
Oh, was that her just receiving like a telepathic message right now, so her mind was preoccupied? That's kind of neat if that was that.
I just talked to Winsong. She's got a solution to one of our major issues.
Hissabeth waves a hand as she answers, continuing her work.
Wait. Don't tell me you want to volunteer.
Why shouldn't we? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
But have you even considered the risk we'd be taking? Like the liaison said.
We'll have all the equipment we need, with a project that's progressing smoothly, working towards an achievable goal for the common good. It is almost like the universe is within our grasp. All we must do is make our teleport disc work.
It's not that simple. We'd still need an astronaut capable of launching the monitor. Who could we find that would be capable of acclimatizing to a zero-gravity environment, under high heat and pressure in such a short time?
That's the good news. Winsong already found us an ideal candidate, an acrobat.
Ah, that's how she comes into play, okay. Hissabeth finishes her task and holds out the sheet to Pointer, a follow-up work schedule.
Here, I made a list of issues we'll need to tackle. Of course, that's only assuming you'll accept Madame Lucy's mission too. I remember we talked about space exploration when I first arrived in Plesetsk. You said you wanted to know what's going on up there too. So tell me, what price are you willing to pay for that answer?
Again, this very bright transition.
Breathe. Let the air find its balance within.
Okay, there she is. There's our acrobat.
Remember what Mr. Kozlov said. You must never be afraid of falling. I just have to imagine myself floating in space. That's right. I will not fall from the fire again.
The circus barker's introduction booms above the blinding lights, followed by a wave of cheers and applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our fabulous wild dancer, the youngest acrobat of the Utriniya circus.
Flashbang?
Kiperina!
Alright, so that's how she's gonna come into play. I see, I see. Okay, doing battle first, huh? Against what? What am I? Oh, that is, holy hell, that is something. Premonition of falling, an imagination that cannot be contained. It's not about giving in to defeatism, but rather an obsession for rare experiences. Death fantasy. Endless fantasies of worst-case scenarios, yet positivity remains despite the unquenchable thirst for the unknown. What are the... Captured in the abyss? Deathly fear? Defense of fear? Burned in the wild? Scale flame? Ignition of chaos? Well, those are names. Also, I need to change these guys around a bit because everybody on this list currently has finished their trust leveling ages ago. Alright, I would say this is a fitting team. In a sense, even though Lucy's gonna carry here for the damage. One thing I saw, I do have both. I did quickly look up like what the recommended like side tubes for them are. For name day, I do have both of the recommended ones, like his support one, which is this one, and the more offensive oriented one. I'm gonna leave him on the support one for now. For Voyager here, sadly, currently in the shop rotation, there is none of the required ones that would be like her recommended stuff, and I've never purchased those or got them from anywhere else. So for now, she's gonna be on this one until I see the shop gets refreshed with stuff that I can actually utilize on her. This stuff looks absolutely disgusting. Okay, we have more text. Also, planets in the background are kind of breaking apart. Oh my god, of course, can you be even more adorable? Anyway. Calm down and relax. It's just a simple performance. No different from all the other ones that came before. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Voyager I know a tiny bit about. What about you, buddy? You are also a buffer and a damage dealer. Mass buff, damage dealt, 25% and damage heal. Okay, sure.
Don't worry, it's not going to hurt us.
Don't worry. It will not hurt us. Lucy's gonna delete them all.
Charging. Mine's the blade.
The light that illuminates all.
There we go. Good. Everything has gone according to plan.
And now, to return to my long-term mission. Rest.
Yes. Go rest well. Alright, straight for the next one, huh? In front of the circus tent. Beautiful new things. A small town shimmering with light and fireworks. A wandering friend once said. Come, take a chance. June 1987.
Kiperina, star acrobat of the Utranyaya Circus.
Thank you, that was literally what it said there. Also, she's much younger than I thought of her, going by the main splash art for this event from the main menu. I thought she is a bit older.
Why did I join this project? Well, I guess I'm trying to help in any way I can. Like I always do.
Alright. Ooh.
The circus is a lot like outer space. It is a performance that exists within an almost weightless world of imagination. Close to reality, but at the same time, unreachable.
Nice analogy.
I've come to love the life that Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov provided for us there. And I never thought it might end.
Circus stage.
Here I am, Ringmaster. How can I help you?
Mr. Kozlov brushes a little ash off his seat, but when he hears Kiperina's voice, he bolts up immediately.
Oh, Alia. No need to be so formal outside of work. Anyways, how is it you're feeling today?
He sounds and looks friendly. Also a unique model.
I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Take time for a little rest. Old Kozlov can manage things from here.
Please, it was just a thoughtless accident, and I won't let it happen again, I promise. I've fully recovered. I know you're worried about me, but just ask anyone and you'll know I'm not lying. Even Mrs. Kozlov agreed. See, I can even put on my fireworks show again.
Light bursts out from her outstretched fingertip, briefly illuminating the space. Like it's midday. Like a plant drawing in sunlight, absorbing it, storing it, and then releasing it again. Huh. A beautiful, if useless, arcane skill. Hey.
Oh, more beautiful than ever. It seems you've mastered the techniques that Miss Winsong taught you. There's no doubt our Alia has a budding talent for these ley line things.
I was about to say, considering he mentioned Winsong, is the little sparkles she's doing leyline magic? Or leyline arcane bullshit? Okay.
Please don't start that again. I already told Miss Winsong that I had no plans to leave the circus.
I know. Such a loyal star you are. Oh, but there's something I should tell you.
He clears his throat, trying to smooth over the topic shift.
We're going to hold a show up near Mirny. They say the night sky is beautiful that far north. Perhaps you might even see the aurora.
All of a sudden? But it's so far from here. Are we in trouble?
No, everything's fine. It's just,
Sure everything's fine? Are you sure? You seem very nervous. Mr. Kozlov wrings his hands. Subtlety is not his strong suit.
Actually, Alia, Miss Winsong called me. A friend of hers would like to meet you in Mirny. They work for an organization called Laplace. I made inquiries at the arcane market. They have a good reputation. Someone even told me that they were related to the St. Pavlov Foundation, that big organization that recruits all kinds of Arcanists. We are old, Alia. But your life has just begun. If you were to join Laplace or the Foundation, you'd live a much better life than any you could have in our little circus.
Do you want me to leave?
Oh.
No, Alia. We just want to let you have another try. There may be some training involved, but we will not force you to stay. You can quit anytime you like. Natalia and I, we hope you will have a safe and happy life. After that last time when you fell from the wire, we just can't bear to.
Oh. They're basically just her acting parents, essentially. They just want the best for her.
Then I'll go, Mr. Kozlov, if that's what you want for me.
Sensing the compromise in the girl's words, the man sighs and pats her head with a broad, fatherly hand.
We don't want you to leave, Alia, but this is an opportunity for you to live in comfort and safety.
15?
You're just 15. We don't want you to have to learn what it feels like to scrounge for food in the freezing wild.
He leaves it there. Some memories aren't worth retelling. not to a child. Oof.
Let's just give it a try. What do you say? You will always be welcome to come back to the Utranyaya when you want. We will never turn you away from your home.
I've always known that.
She smiles, but it's not enough to hide the quiet weight of her insecurity.
Miss Winsong gave you her card, remember?
I forgot where I put it. I figured they wouldn't ever find a need for a living light bulb.
Alia.
So, then have you already planned a route, Mr. Kozlov? Are we traveling overland? When do we set off? And what are we taking with us?
Okay, it's just hitting me again, but what is with the recent character art that I've seen for these... For the last couple of new, at least for me, newer characters that I've seen, that have like that little cutesy fang whenever they open their mouth. I feel like I've seen a lot recently. It makes sense on some of them, but okay. What is your origin then? Villa was a mermaid technically. Well, Rusalka. Hissabeth is technically a snake. What is your... just human with a cutesy little extra?
What's the weather like in Mirny? Should I pack some warmer clothes? Oh, it's been a while since the last time we restocked the medical kit. I'll check it later. We need to prepare for the animals' transportation.
Of course. It's all in hand already. Our Alia, always such a self-starter.
Muttering, Mr. Kozlov turns away. It sounds more like pride than complaint.
Laplace sets a very high standard for its staff. Auralia could only have been chosen if she were very special. Just see how she pays attention to each little detail.
The clever girl waits until Mr. Kozlov has disappeared. The word clever girl will never ever stop projecting that one scene from Jurassic Park in my head every time I see, hear, or read them. She rarely lies, so on the rare occasion she needs to, no one ever suspects. The card's still with her, tucked in the inside pocket of her coat. She isn't sure yet whether she really wants to chase after a faraway, wider world.
Winsong, ley line scholar.
Okay, that is a very, very Winsong coded card. The ley line motif on it is great.
I still don't get it. What even is the study of ley lines? Is it like Arcanist engineering? Or math? I've never seen or heard of anything like it.
Oh god, here we go again.
If I start to study these ley lines, does that mean I'll have to leave Utranyaya forever? That I won't be with Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov and the circus anymore?
Oh. She's still waiting on an answer from her mind, her heart, somewhere. So for now, she'll go back to her room. Oh.
Купол нашего цирка был украшен миссис Козловой. Она хотела, чтобы он отражал красоту звезд и невесомость космоса. Какой прекрасный вид! Смогу ли я когда-нибудь увидеть его снова, если уйду отсюда?
Alright, a lot of auto-scrolling. She's still waiting on an answer from her mind, her heart somewhere, so for now she'll go back to her room and sleep in it. Our circus's big top was decorated by Mrs. Kozlov. She said that she wanted it to reflect the beauty of the stars and the weightlessness of outer space. Such a beautiful view. Will I ever be able to see it again if I leave here?
Мне стоит встретиться с этими людьми из Лапласа. Если я это сделаю, как хочет моя семья, тогда мы все сможем жить лучше. Верно?
I suppose I must meet these Laplace people, if that is what my family wants me to do. This way, we'll all be able to live a better life, right? She lets her eyes close, picturing tiny specks of light emerging from the velvet darkness behind.
Звезда. 2 звезды. Большая медведица. Это большая медведица и малая.
Okay, that one is not auto-scrolling. Okay, she lets her eyes close, picturing tiny specks of light emerging from the velvet darkness behind her lids. 1 star, 2 stars, Ursa Major, the Great Bear, and the Little Bear.
Мирный. Не думаю, что мы когда-либо были там раньше. Кажется, что я уже знаю, как выглядят звезды оттуда. Как странно.
Mirny, I don't think we've ever been there before, but I feel like I already know what the stars look like from there. How strange.
Интересно, если звезды когда-нибудь исчезнут с неба, исчезнут ли они все в один день?
I wonder if these stars ever wander away from the sky. Will they all disappear one day?
А на что похожи их мечты?
What are their dreams like? She drifts off to sleep. Soon she finds herself walking through Mirny, holding a sparkling star in her hand. Also, just in case, for people who are maybe new to the channel, if it's strange that I'm repeating sentences that the character already said, I'm pretty much just repeating them so people who can't look at the screen can actually just listen to the text when especially when it's scenes in a foreign language. Mirny is a place in the far north where you can see the aurora. She hopes it's as beautiful as it is in her dream. Beautiful.
Over there! Keep up! What the hell is that?
Mirny soldiers? Is that Voyager?
Damn! Is that a bear? But it's so fast!
How did it get in here? I've never heard of any kind of critter around here that can pass through walls like that.
Uh-huh.
I got it! Over here! Help! Quickly!
Stop shooting, Voyager! If that is her, actually. The little sprite does look like her. Oh. Into battle again, huh? Mirny Garrison Reinforcer. A less than diligent reinforcer of the Mirny Garrison. He insists that what the sentry saw was just a bear. Same thing. Garrison Sentry. Diligent sentry for the Mirny Garrison. He firmly believes what he saw was, in fact, definitely not a bear. Collaborative assault. Ballistic adjustment. Piercing projectile. Same thing? Same thing. Okay. Gentlemen, that does not look like a bear. Am I seeing things or have I gone snowblind? What the hell was that? What exactly are we chasing here? No response back. Hello? Hello? Damn it! Our comms are shut. We can't reach anyone. Keep it tight, boys. Stay sharp. You are about to stay sharp in a grave. I'm sorry, guys. Well,
whatever you say.
Loading.
A snowflake with sharp edges.
For everyone.
Eliminate target.
Yep. Yep.
You have done well, comrade.
Thank you. They got a chocolate? No? Okay. The sound of her pursuers fades into the distance. She must escape the darkness around her and move toward the light. Where there is light, there is life, and other voices.
Voyager 2 успешно отремонтировал свою платформу для получения снимков и продолжит исследование Урана в соответствии с первоначально запланированным планом.
Voyager 2 has successfully repaired its imaging platform and will proceed according to its original scheduled exploration of Uranus.
Voyager 1 продолжает свое путешествие к краю Солнечной системы и за ее пределы. Согласно нашим прогнозам, он пройдет мимо Проксима Центавра примерно через 10
very interesting. Voyager 1 continues its journey to the edge of the solar system and beyond. According to our projections, it is expected to pass by Proxima Centauri in around 70,000 years. Yep. A hand slips out from under the blanket, fumbling around until it finally finds the radius switch.
The same strange dream again. It's gotten more and more detailed since we arrived in Mirny.
She's somehow linked with Voyager?
I need something to distract myself. Miss Vinsong and Mr. Kozlov made an appointment to meet next week. Until then, I should continue to prepare for a show. Utranyaya is making its debut in Mirny tonight. It's a new beginning.
She peeks her head out just a little, peering past the tent flap. Across from their circus tent stands a small restaurant, and the distant sounds of conversation put her at ease. The streets of Mirny echo with the steady rhythm of patrolling boots. She hasn't seen the aurora yet, but even so, the novelty of it all makes her heart race.
I just need to cheer up and do my best. I guess it's also my debut in Mirny. And first impressions are everything. Maybe Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov will change their minds if I can win over the audience.
Maybe. She steps out of the tent, ready for her first performance in Mirny. God, flashbang.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our fabulous wire dancer, the youngest acrobat of the Utrenia circus, Kiperina!
Okay, and we're back at the beginning of the whole thing. Right here. Heading toward the light, she sees many creatures making noise. These sounds seem to rise above her head. To see more clearly, she pushes through the crowd and looks up. She looks adorable, by the way. And also, I cannot... Oh, there we go. Cheers and shouts, applause and heartbeats. They circle the figure above like planetary rings. Planetary rings, Jesus. Cannot read today. Points of light burst around the figure's silhouette. A few of them feel familiar. These particles were born from the nebula of her home. She looks around, smiling in the middle of the noise. Earth is such a lively and beautiful place. Yes, it's beautiful. It's just hitting me every time this text on screen appeared with the music accompanied, like a small violin blurb.
Let me stay if I keep giving perfect performances like this.
Oh, she just doesn't want to go away from them. But yeah, every time that little blurb of text appeared and accompanied by music, that was that was Voyager. Okay. I didn't even think about that. Where were we? She looks around, smiling in the middle of the noise. Earth is such a lively... Yeah. Breathe deep, leap onto the wire, twist, raise a hand in salute, and then exhale. The audience erupts into applause, a perfect score for her routine. The dots buried in her chest begin to stir. On the wire, Kiperina looks back, only to realize there's no one ahead of her nor behind.
Should I move forward or back?
Oh god. Instinctively, she clenches... Oh my god, the perspective. She clenches her fist and follows the cheers with her eyes. This is a neat little visualization of the thing. From these heights, it's hard to recognize anyone. There are no friendly faces, no family. She's alone on the wire. And that's how it's supposed to be. Just like her dream, a flickering star points the way forward.
Don't stand still too long. They all want you to move on. They all want to see how far you'll go.
She steadies herself to take another step. Move forward. Uh-huh. The show is over, the audience gone. Mr. Kozlov packs away the stage props, his voice booming with pride.
Natalia and I were a little worried for you back there, but it seems our worrying was for nothing. The show was even better than we hoped. You did such a good job, Alia. The audience was thrilled. I knew we came to the right place. I'll ask Natalia to prepare us a proper banquet tonight. Something to reward our darling Alia and celebrate your new job at Laplace.
We still don't know about that yet, but I'll try my best.
I know you can do anything once you make up your mind to do it. And now, I must go discuss tonight's food with Natalia.
He walks off, still rambling, with the props in hand. Kiperina looks around. The massive tent now holds just two small figures. One is her, and the other is the girl from before. Oh, she's still here? The girl seems lost in the performance. She stares up at the stage, her eyes just as bright as the star that guided her to the other side of the rope.
Perhaps she's taking a break, or waiting for someone.
She knows that Uternyaya never turns away lingering audience members, but talking to new people has never been her strength. Still, the show reminded her, sometimes it's worth taking that step forward, even if you don't know what comes next. She doesn't hesitate this time.
Hello?
Uh-huh. First contact. Oh, this is where it stops. All right. Very interesting. Okay, nothing extra. Let's see then. Was there anything hidden? I learned my lesson with with the Rayashki thing where the plane was just hidden off screen in that one scene. Okay. A score of time. Okay, there's Hissabeth. Or maybe the audience member is Hissabeth, but they were kinda using Voyager's like silhouette in the pictures. Notes come together and dance, unaware they are about to become a complete song. Uh-huh.
Мы верим, что Voyager 1 будет продолжать исследовать галактику дальше и дальше.
We believe Voyager 1 will continue to explore the galaxy on and on.
Путешествие в глубины Вселенной, несущие с собой стремление человечества к исследованиям, вероятно, продлится дольше, чем жизнь на Земле.
Traveling into the depths of the universe, carrying with it humanity's spirit of exploration, it is likely to persist longer than life on Earth. The radio catches her new friend's attention in an odd way. She's spent the past few days fascinated with...
What will the weather be like tomorrow? Maybe we can take a longer walk if it's sunny.
Fascinated with the little musical box, until another voice cuts through the broadcast.
You haven't seen the diamond mine here in Mirny, have you?
A diamond mine? The girl shakes her head, sets the radio aside, and waits for Kiperina to speak. Kiperina kneels down. Now they're eye to eye.
Is anything coming back to you? I asked some people around about you, but no one had any clue. Don't worry. Most of us in the circus were adopted by Mr. Kozlov, so he won't mind if you stay with us. He always gives a hand to those in need, and I'm going to meet an extraordinary lady tomorrow. She knows a lot. Maybe she will know who you are.
Kiperina Kiperina is used to this kind of blank stare. She's seen it on the faces of children that were lost while they were at the circus. How Mrs. Kozlov had comforted them and kept them entertained until these smiles returned to their faces. She stands up, steps back, and reaches her hand toward the girl.
Look at this.
Sparkles! A soft glow blooms at her fingertip, warming the tent with its light. Also, I like how much they're avoiding showing Voyager right now.
It's my arcane skill. It's not very useful, I know, but don't you think it's pretty? People say it looks like the stars.
Uh-huh. The tiny light served its purpose. She seems far more at ease now.
I could do it again if you like. Let's try something. Can you spell your name?
Uh-huh. Sure. The girl eyes the colorful, crooked row of blocks placed in front of her. She doesn't know anything about the writing of this planet. So there's no way to share her name or where she's from. But this creature wants a name to communicate with her. She understands that much. The blocks form a messy, colorful path. A logic forms in her mind. Kiperina searches for something familiar among the colors.
Long journey. Traveler? Sounds like you just picked these words up from the radio.
Either she is just like the Voyager probes, either one or both of them coming alive in a sense, or a force from outside picked up the messages left on the drones and came to Earth to check it out. Like an actual alien.
Did you go on a long journey to reach Mirny?
Uh-huh.
How was it that Mr. Kozlov decided on our stage names? Give me a second. Long journey. We could call that a voyage. That would make you, who traveled a long journey, a
Voyager.
Voyager.
Kiperina stretches out her hand and traces the imagined path of the Voyager probe. The girl watches for a moment that imitates the gesture.
Kiperina.
There we go. She twists her finger and points to herself.
Voyager. Now that you have a stage name, you are now an official member of the Ultranaya Circus.
Voyager spins herself toward the tent's entrance. A moment later, footsteps and a familiar, friendly voice arrive to get her.
Alia, where's that girl? The one who was staring at the animals before? I brought a bunny around for her.
Oh, Bun. Okay, that's Mrs. Kozlov.
I suppose I'll be looking after her now. Because you're meeting those Laplace people tomorrow, right? You need a rest, Alia. Now, do as Mama Kozlov says. Go have a nice meal at the restaurant in town and then straight to bed early.
I want the people in La Paz to shit up Rick when they meet human version of Voyager.
Mrs. Kozlov, I don't need to.
Hush, just go. I didn't cook anything for you tonight. We've already paid the restaurant.
Oh, Voyager's head twists, unsure of where to look between the door and her new friend, but in the end she chooses the fuzzy rabbit. The tent falls quiet again, leaving Kiperina alone, looking helpless.
I'm not just a little kid that you need to take care of. Fine, I'll go, and after that I will train for another hour. Yes, that's for the best.
That's all, thanks.
Alright, restaurant in town. She closes the menu and slides it across the counter.
Sorry, it sometimes takes us a while to decide on an order. So, you were saying, you found a strange girl here in Mirny, and then? Hold on. That special device you're holding, did you get it from Winsong?
Yes. Before I came to Mirny, I fell from the wire during the show, and Miss Winsong happened to be there. I don't remember the details, but she said my arcane skill was able to protect me. She helped me draw out the aura from around my body and analyzed how it worked. Though I didn't understand that part at all. But the name of her theory is still clear in my mind. The study of ley lines. She gave me this device before she left. She said it would make it easier to control my arcane skill. Mr. Kozlov wants me to give it a try again. So I've decided to go see her tomorrow.
Cool. She's a great researcher. The study of ley lines is still highly theoretical. But as we say at Laplace, theory often lays the foundation for practice. If you do decide to join us, I'd be happy to write a reference letter for you.
You're a Laplace researcher?
You didn't already guess? My colleagues often say I dress, like a mad scientist.
You have style.
I guess it's that. I never thought I would meet a scientist eating at a little restaurant like this.
Oh, please. I'm sure you're aware that scientists are living things too. We need to eat just like everyone else.
A few little snakes poke out of Hissabeth's hair, nodding along with her laughter. One tilts its head up, letting Kiperina stroke it. Its scales feel smooth and cold.
Looks like you meant it when you said you're good with animals.
I spend a lot of time with them at the circus. I even helped raise one of our bear cubs.
No. Kiperina hadn't been in the restaurant long before Hissabeth walked in and sat right beside her. One of these snakes takes the lead in inspecting Kiperina, who greets it kindly in return. That's all it takes for the two to find common ground.
You haven't answered my question yet. Why do you choose to be an acrobat?
Very adorable.
Don't you find it scary to walk on a wire all the way up in the air? I suppose it is a really cool job, though.
She's so tiny.
Well, it is cool, I have to admit. But what I really like about being up on the wire is that when you look down, you get to see a view that no one else gets to in their daily life. When I stand on the wire, the audience below look just like stars, and it feels like I'm floating in space with them.
The way she's always talking about how it feels like, almost like being in space or whatnot when she's on a wire. This girl has been born to be an astronaut.
Isn't that great? In that moment, I stop worrying about my performance and forget all expectations. I can just be in the moment, shining like a star.
Oh, intriguing. In a way I came all the way out here because I had the same thought. I want to work with the smartest minds in the world, whether humans or Arcanists. They're also like the stars in a lot of ways, each one bound to go down in history. And I'm trying to find out what really exists beyond the limits of the sky.
Do all your siblings share the same feeling? They're such neat little snakes. Oh, it looks like they have fallen asleep.
Oh.
We've always been on the same page when it comes to these things.
Hissabeth turns her head. Kiperina notices her pupils narrowing to a slit.
Your arcane skill is exactly as I expected. It captures photons from the aurora and stores them as latent energy. Then when it's deployed, it appears to form a kind of prismatic plasma barrier.
Ah. Okay, so that's what her arcane skill is, huh? That's fascinating.
What?
I'll explain next time. It's complicated. It could take hours to get it into your head. Still, it is most obvious to me that you're exactly the person we want for this opportunity. What do you say? Will you give it a try?
Huh?
She's confused.
an opportunity to reach the stars.
You mean you're the colleague Miss Vinsong mentioned? The one who invited me to Mirny? I should have known. Was this a test? I thought you were a friend I could talk to.
Oh.
A friend? Superb. That's the best compliment I've received in months. Relax, this wasn't a test at all. We just happened to share the same taste in food. But I do hope you'll consider our offer seriously, in the spirit of the good time we had together.
Are you serious though? You really mean you want me to become an astronaut?
The invitation seems too far-fetched. Even in her wildest dreams, she could never have imagined it.
Exactly.
But Hissabeth's response carries a rare weight, different from her usual casual tone.
Don't rush to a decision. We can wait till tomorrow. In fact, the materials I've been expecting should arrive tomorrow as well. Maybe the delivery guy will bring you a small gift along the way.
Small gift?
You don't have to. Sorry, I didn't prepare any gifts.
Don't be silly. It's just a friendly gesture. I believe you come from the same region, so I'll bet you two will get along quite famously. And he has an interesting nickname too. It was... Oh, right.
Oh, the little gecko?
Name day.
Oh, never mind. Fucking name day. Oh, God. Okay. Let's see this one first. An unexpected encounter. An accident occurred here once, but fortunately no one was hurt. Okay, surrounded by light but feeling no pain, the screams and footsteps around her are crystal clear. The first footsteps she hears are Kozlov and Natalia's. Their voices are more familiar than her own heartbeat. The clatter of goat hooves belongs to Elijah, still midway through his riding performance. The particularly light, quick footsteps are Francois, a habit left from his juggling practice. Everyone stay calm, her Arcanum has protected her very well. A strange voice must be an audience member stepping onto the stage. Relax, girl, try not to think too much. Just tell me what you see right now. This is unbelievable. I see a star. A shooting star is flying right toward me. A stranger crouches beside her. The light dims just a little. I'm going to use ley lines to dissolve her Arcanum. Stay relaxed. Talk to me about anything. What hobbies do you have? Maybe they're not really hobbies, but I like to listen to the radio and weather reports. I like exploring strange places to keep from getting lost and memorize all the unusual looking trees and rocks along the way. That star is still twinkling. That's not normal, right? Don't worry, maybe everything today happened just so you could meet that star. Let's keep talking. Would you like to study ley lines with me? You have a real talent, I'm sure of it. Ha! Well, that was an interesting meeting. Also, would it be far-fetched to believe, at least the story is right now making me believe that maybe Kiperina here somehow managed to conjure up Voyager? That's kind of an impression I'm getting right now. The Great Uternaya Circus. Darkness all around. What an unforgettable experience. Take it off your face. We have the best stage on Earth. Each show as unique as a flake of snow. We bring the most spirited performances in the world. Elijah can turn any animal into the finest steed alive. Francois' performance will make you laugh until you cry. And Kiperina, our tiny and adorable aerialist, walks on a wire so thin no one can even see it. Ringmaster Kozlov has folded his entire life's reputation into this little tent. from now until next month, this new world welcomes you. Alright, a pamphlet, I'm guessing. Well, there's Windsong, there's little Gecko. I can't remember his name right now. Okay, 2 random soldiers, I guess. Next to the launch pad. Interesting. Let's see. What's worse than the journey? The second reason behind the urgent need to improve transport security. Uh-huh. Ship models made of bone. Delicate painted eggs, rusted parts. Oh, god damn it! So much auto-scrolling. Delicate painted eggs, rusted parts, and yellowed scraps of draft paper. All pieces hastily thrown together somehow form an unexpected harmony. Storeroom foundation
Number
branch.
136 from near the Colima Mountains. Tells the tale of the Polar Star icebreaker. The crew suffered some kind of mass hysteria. The same thing happened later in the Kola Peninsula.
He labels the notebook, writes down its number, and stores it away.
Our destination is close to the Arctic Circle. With any luck, we should get a great view of the aurora.
June 1987, Far East Branch of St. Paulo
Name
Foundation.
day. Investigator for St. Pavlov Foundation, currently serving for Far East Branch. Why did I join this project? Well, it is a job, and I like to do as I am told.
Very simple.
Neva River, Lake Ladoga, Sphere River, then Lake Onega. It takes less time to travel by water. Maybe I can even buy a small gift along the way. What sort of specialties does Mirny have other than diamonds? Oh, maybe I can stop by Petrozabotsk on my way back.
He examines the map, plotting out a workable route.
Looks like I'll have to walk the rest of the way after landing. Oh, Plesetsk, a place of boundless snow and not much else.
Fortunately, endless white fields of snow are something with which he has a wealth of experience.
Trying to reach the stars in order to monitor the storm from space, huh? Sounds like a good gig, even if it does mean being stationed at the northernmost frozen tip of the world. Maybe it will go nowhere, but what would it be without a little pioneering spirit?
In legends, a meteor may signal incoming disasters or foreshadow good fortune. Like the eternal soul, it all depends on what the viewer chooses to believe. Eternal?
Ленинград находится как раз по другую сторону этого снежного поля.
Baby name day. What the hell? Leningrad is just on the other side of the snowfield.
Я позволю этому метеориту указать мне путь.
I'll let the meteor guide the way. Good God, buddy. In the end, he made it to Leningrad.
The Foundation never gives me a break, which I guess makes me equal parts lucky and unlucky.
Also, what the hell happened to you that you had to walk through the snowfields to reach a city?
Mr. Nameday?
Yep. Hold on.
As the door opens, a bundle of energetic fluff appears, orbiting at the teacher's feet, as expected.
I heard you were leaving for the north on a new mission. Is that true?
I thought I recognized the voice. Hey, hi.
Just for an errand. The Far East Branch is short on staff right now, so I'm going all on my own. Miss Winsong should be on a field trip there. Is there anything you'd like me to give her?
Where is it? Is it north of Ryashki? Could I come visit there with Vila?
Sure. Children speak more directly, but the mention of a familiar place brings a few seconds of silence.
Well, so long as you finish all your classes and get good grades, I'm certain you'll be able to go anywhere with Miss Fila. As long as it is safe. But things could change. I can't promise anything. Except maybe a little souvenir when I get back. Now, August, do you have anything you want me to give Miss Winsong?
Yes, and Vila does too. I've written lots and lots of things. Comrade Winsong can read them when no one is there to tell her a bedtime story. And this, from my tallest and most spirited sunflower guards.
He is talking definitely a bit more faster and fluid than before. Like in the Rayashki story, of course it's several months apart when these recordings were done for these two stories, but you can feel the time difference. He fumbles through his coat pocket and pulls out his most prized possession.
You must not water them too much, and they should be placed somewhere under the sun.
Sunflower seeds. Vila passes an envelope over, placing it next to the seeds.
I'd like this to be delivered to Miss Winsong. She said in the last letter that she had started to teach again, and it was more difficult than she remembered. I wrote a little bit about my own experience teaching. Hope it helps. And please, talk to her if you have any ideas. You're so good with kids. Nina, Piotr, and Pasono ask about you all the time, always wondering when you'll visit again.
I didn't ask. I know how busy you are, Mr. Raccoon. And so is Vila. Every day she's either painting something or talking to the white clothes.
Mr. Raccoon, I love it.
With any luck, I'll be free for a while after this mission. I'll come back and do some magic for you kids. What do you say?
He crouches in, hooks his finger around the leaf of the wobbling sunflower.
Deal?
A good comrade must always keep his word.
The fuzzy hat bobs up and down twice, an earnest and sincere nod. The conversation shifts back to the two adults.
Sounds like you've been doing well recently. The Foundation's textbook is an easy read, but I really hadn't expected just how effortlessly you'd be able to make your lesson plans.
Lesson plans are nothing compared to field missions. Just keep this in mind during your errand. Your safety is our first priority here.
Of course. But the good news is I'm quite familiar with this era.
Ah, this is when he's from, this time period. Though, in this era, the city hasn't yet reverted to its old name, St. Petersburg. Talk like this always seems to circle back to that little town swallowed in snow. But now's not the time for that.
Anyway, I'll make sure Miss Winsong receives August seeds and your letter.
Thanks a lot. I don't want to make our goodbyes here too long-winded. Just take care. Especially since you're going to be all on your own.
Well, I won't exactly be all on my own.
Uh-huh. The gecko. Snowfield.
Hey, so, any idea how far off this place is? I think we must be pretty close. I can almost see that unmistakable Laplace metal roof.
Okay. I think this is the first time I hear this guy voiced. So, hi. How's it going?
I've actually got some business lined up in Mirny. Those diamonds of theirs are certain to fetch a tidy profit back in the East Branch.
Uh-huh.
I should have never let you out. Can we make a deal? You stay quiet, and I'll get you safely to our destination. Then you can say whatever you've got to say to whoever made the mistake of inviting you here. You know, you really like to talk. I'm beginning to understand why no one else would take this job.
Whoever heard of a merchant who doesn't like to talk? Admit it. You'd be burned to tears if I were not here.
Holy shit! The jetty salamander is tucked under Nameday's coat, its muttering smothered along with it.
Quiet.
Bandit? In Arctic Circle? That's new.
Nearby snowbanks serve perfectly as cover, shielding Nameday from view.
Where is he? I saw someone coming this way.
Okay, so he actually got shot, damn.
We can't let him get any further. There's some kind of military base up ahead, and it's heavily guarded. Think how far we've gone. We can't go home empty-handed. That arcane item they've got is probably worth a few sharp odontes, don't you think?
Item? Hey, I'm a living, breathing creature.
You don't need to yell at me. Say it to them if you like.
A branch heavy with snow snaps and is broken into a stick that fits his grip comfortably.
Are you sure? Never mind. What should I do?
Anything. I just need you to draw their attention. I am not letting them anywhere near Plesetsk.
This way! I hear something! Keep up!
A dark shape just out of the snow, the odd appearance of the strange metal vessel draws every eye.
大姐，留下买路财。
Robbery hands up and give me all your cash. Nameday's blade lands right in time, stopping the hand reaching for the vessel.
Sablia.
Oh, sablia. Nice. Alright. He conjured up a sword, essentially. Okay. Random robbers? Oh yeah. Cunning opportunist. A freeloading opportunist. He calls what he does an investment. After all, that axe was bought with his own money. Greedy opportunist. A slacker looking to profit with minimal effort. He makes no attempt to hide it. Everything he does is for his own lazy gain. Past nightmares is what was that word? Disparaging? Self-comforting? Say... oh, denial and soothe. Yep, that sounds about right.
Program activated.
Alright, gentlemen. Careful now, gentlemen. You might be biting off more than you can chew. Nice try. A little trick won't earn you a single coin in the head, let alone a scare. Enough stalling, hand over the talking pot. Pot? Are you blind? You're out of your depth here, gentlemen. Don't say I didn't warn you. Damn. Listen to him.
Don't worry. It's not going to hurt us.
Loading.
A snowflake with sharp edges.
Faraday's miracle.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye twice.
And now to return to my long-term mission. Rest.
Nameday tosses aside his stick and scoops up a handful of snow. The robbers' footprints trail away into the distance. If they had one redeeming trait, it was knowing when to cut their losses.
What we waiting for with that knife?
Oh, well, it's more of a collectible than a weapon. But I guess you understand now why they sent me to escort you instead of hiding you in the back of some truck, huh?
I didn't see a single truck heading for Plesetsk on our whole journey here. By the way, was that knife thing part of Arcanists skill? Why don't you just make a gun instead? Times have changed, friend. Blades are out of date. You should give yourself an upgrade and start blasting.
And then I just started blasting.
I'd probably be serving with Zeno if I was any good with guns. Have you ever heard of that legendary pilot from Zeno, the Baron Switch?
The Baron Switch?
If you were really important, then you would get a guard like that. All that being a noisy little salamander gets you is a guy that can turn trash into knives.
Is that a nickname for Lilia? I don't remember if they used that, ever. Maybe they did, and I'm just forgetting.
That's nearly the most useless arcane skill I've ever heard of. I say nearly, because it's still better than mine. So, I'm not in a position to criticize.
What's yours?
What does your arcane skill do?
Hey, thank you for asking. The salamander's silhouette flickers, crumbling into a puff of ash, then, in the blink of an eye, reforms itself.
That's it.
Okay, he turns into smoke.
It's certainly something.
I mean, it kind of feels useful if you turn into vapor. The rest of the journey is at last blessedly quiet. Their destination draws near. The outlines of buildings take shape, and someone is already waiting in the snow.
Miss Winsong.
Hey! The so-called COSMODROME isn't nearly as grand as imagined. Surrounded by the vast expanse of white, people and buildings alike feel small.
Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to Plesetsk.
Nice. I really went with the right timing to go through the Arashki story. For this whole thing now. Seeing these characters again. Oh, a new one? Have you heard? Lunch breaks at the Foundation don't come often. Use them well for a little chit-chat. Pull up a chair. That kid seems to have disappeared. You know where he went? Who? The talkative one, obsessed with the Roman myths. Are you describing yourself? Name day. I'm talking about name day. You were closer to him than I was. Why ask me? The only thing I ever talked with him about was those myths. Huh. Our conversations were usually limited to German folklore. He seems to always keep people at a distance. Nonsense, he hated German mythology. Stop projecting. As far as we talked, it seemed like he loved German culture. We talked about it all the time. Two Foundation staff glare at each other in the cafeteria, on the verge of fighting over a man they thought they knew, until a third person sits down between them. You're talking about name day? He took 2 months off. I think he's on vacation. That workaholic actually went on vacation. I thought his life was nothing but work and collecting trinkets. Where'd he go? No idea. We only worked together on one mission, but he was a decent guy. Did he ever chat with you about anything else? We talked about folk legends. Roman? German? Gothic. So he strikes up a new topic with every single person he meets. That's kind of fascinating. I wonder why. Just to keep everybody at a distance, maybe? Let's see. The wilds and the garden. Don't feel guilty. Every flower once struggled just as you do now. Aha.
You arrived earlier than expected. Pointer and Hissabeth will be happy to know you got here safely. Oh, FYI, Pointer was the researcher who introduced me to Laplace. You might have met her before, in Rayashki. She's occupied with a few important visitors right now. We'll talk to her later.
Okay.
As for Hissabeth, you can meet her in person and save me the trouble of an introduction.
Okay, Pointer was probably one of those. I don't know if she was actually in the story, but there were a couple of Laplace researchers towards... in a couple of points of the Rayashki story that were not shown or properly on screen, I guess you could say. She pushes open the door. Meanwhile, on the other side of the building, Pointer enters through another door.
Our appointment was set for an hour from now. You're a bit early, sir.
Pointer steps aside, monitoring for the people hurrying behind her to go in. Motioning for the people hurrying behind her to go in first. She studies the quiet girl, not finding anything particularly unusual.
There wasn't much work to do today. And Alia always has everything prepared ahead of anything important. It's nothing to worry about.
Please take a seat. Windsong and Hissabeth will join us later. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me.
Thank you, ma'am. Please call me Kiperina. I have something to ask you.
Kiperina is the first to speak, surprising Pointer. She adjusts her expression, adding a hint of warmth to her smile.
That's fine with me, Miss Kiperina. My name is Pointer. So, what would you like to know?
If I take the offer and complete all the required training, what will I get in return? Do you pay in rubli or something equivalent? And I'd also like to know if my family will receive my pay in case anything happens to me.
Damn, she's asking the right questions. Pointer looks up and examines the girl once more. She can read the worry in Mr. Kozlov's face, but she still can't quite place the look on hers. Somewhere between courage and fear, to find a line for Pointer to draw. Plants and machines crowd the limited space, struggling for a balance somewhere between jungle and office floor. It's warmer here than in the hallway outside. Nameday glances sideways, but Windsong has no intention of speaking.
Hello? Is anyone there? The materials you sent from the Far East branch have arrived safely. Everything you asked for on your list is there, but you should check it over as soon as possible.
He scrounges around for a clear spot on the desk and pulls a metal vessel from his pocket, revealing a little sleeping salamander roused from its slumber by a tap on the head that sends a puff of ash into the air.
Hey, wake up. You're at work.
Hissabeth emerges from behind the machinery and offers a brisk wave to Windsong.
Windsong, back from the mine already? Are you going to throw a welcome party for our new colleagues?
The mine can wait, but I can't. Those materials are top priority.
Now Hissabeth turns her attention to the young man in front of her.
Thanks. You might have heard of me. My name's Hissabeth. You've read our proposal, haven't you? It'd save me a lot of trouble if you had. I'll catch you up with Pointer as soon as she's available.
Nameday finds himself staring at the curious little snakes poking out, swearing he saw one flick its tongue. There is no time to hesitate. He decides to follow proper etiquette. Handshake, then introduction.
Nameday, Foundation Investigator for the Far East Branch. Mind if I ask you a question?
Go on, but this is an office, not an interrogation room.
She looks around with an airy glance and, spotting an extra object on the desk, gives the little salamander a second gentle rap on the head.
Why did you ask me to smuggle in this runium?
What?
Don't get me wrong, I didn't report it. It's just... it's odd. You didn't ask for much, just a few pieces. It is a rare resource, I grant you, but I think you could have gotten this amount with no trouble by submitting an application. All you'd need to do is wait for a few weeks.
Runium, huh? Okay.
Was it really worth the risk?
Yeah, because we don't have a few weeks to spare.
Saving every bit of time we can is vital. It is as precious as this bag of sunflower seeds from a distant land. You don't find them often in these parts. Here.
She lifts her hand and tosses Hissabeth a small cloth bag.
I've already taken my share. Why not plant some of these in the office? It won't take too much effort. If you're lucky, you'll get to see them turn their heads towards the light bulbs.
Oh, Hissabeth pulls out exactly what she was hoping for. Rare arcanum energy, tossed carelessly into the air, but caught with practiced ease.
Actually, Mr. Nameday, you're the perfect man for this job. You knew what you were smuggling, you had the perfect excuse to come here, and you were kind enough to help. It was quite the effort to track you down, you know? So, how did the trip go? Any trouble?
Okay, I'm presuming the thing on the screen right now is runium, and it looks exactly like the stone that August wears around his neck as a necklace. So yeah, that is runium, I guess.
You bet there was. Though, I'm still not sure what those bandits were after. The runium? or a noisy arcane item?
There's a shortage of supplies everywhere nowadays. People take what they can, whether they need it or not. Even if they manage to take the cargo, it would probably just end up in another branch of the Foundation or Laplace. Anyway, you saved us a lot of time and resources.
Just bear in mind, this runium is not something that you can replace, even with Sharpadontis.
Thanks, we'll use it sparingly. Please send my gratitude to Miss Villa.
Alright then.
And one more thing.
Alright then, so that's how... Very, very funny, okay.
What would you say if I asked you to stay? Don't worry, I won't play the Windsong card. It's only a personal request. We could save a lot of time with our procedural work if we had a Foundation investigator on the team. And it could be a great opportunity to earn a reputation. Imagine the prestige if the project ends up a success.
Yes, buddy. He swallows his words, not intending to explain his reason for being here. Hissabeth's version works just fine. Easy to understand and not too personal.
Are you making any progress?
As much as we can, but we don't have a single Sharpadonti to our name, and this runium is the sum total of all the supplies we've received recently. They told us we could use all the resources left in Plesetsk, but that amounts to jack all. Thankfully, we still have half a rocket, fuel, and a launch button. Still, to make up for the supply shortage, we need additional manpower. Oh, but there's some good news. We don't have to worry about finding our astronaut. We already have a perfect candidate.
Bright transition.
We are in dire need of an astronaut. There isn't enough time for anyone to finish the full training course. No one would be able to acclimate to a zero-gravity environment in such a short time, not to mention the high pressure and heat. But you may be the exception, Miss Kiperina. Your arcane skill may allow us to work a miracle. So, if you take the offer, we'll provide you with a salary and try to get you a permanent position here at Laplace. Hissabeth is already working on it. She has a contact in the Foundation who can help with the procedures.
Okay.
Alright then. I have no more questions.
Pointer notes that, despite their thorough explanation, the girl seems no less worried.
But, just to be clear, I don't think my arcane skill is as useful as you believe. It only makes a little fireworks show.
She's being modest. You know how children are when they receive a compliment, but I tell you, she is more than willing to take your offer. Please give her an opportunity. You'll see how reliable she is.
It's funny, the only thing she knows how to do with her arcane skill is the little firework, but when she almost got either injured or almost died from that fall from the wire, her own arcane skills saved her life, so I wonder what her actual skill is like.
By the way, another little Arcanist girl joined our circus recently. Do you think she could stay with you too?
That's not really how this works. Not everyone's arcane skill works in the same manner.
Yeah, but this one is very special. You might want to talk to this one.
But she would keep Alia company. Please, madam. Alia is still just a child who plays with dolls.
Hey!
Mr. Kozlov, stop! I haven't played with dolls in ages. I'm already grown up.
Girl, do I even need to tell you that people that are grown up, like myself, collect figures? Anyway. Potter is like, you don't want to see my shelf at home with all the Reavers figures. I mean, what? Seeing emotion break through the girl's steady silence at last, Pointer feels she's reached the root of the issue.
We'll take a look at what she can do. Would you be able to bring her here now?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Oh god, this I need to see. He bolts up up and out of the office. In his wake, Kiperina hesitates, shifting in her seat until at last sitting up straighter. Pointer's smile fades. There's no need for social niceties in what comes next.
Alright, we're finally alone. Now how about you tell me what you are actually thinking?
I don't want to leave home.
Our biggest issue remains unsolved, but I'm most certain we can resolve it. The entire project is a mixed bag right now, but I'd say more good than bad. If our little sleepyhead in that pod there can provide what we need, our situation should improve dramatically.
She tips the little vessel, giving the salamander a brief experience of zero gravity. Oh my god.
I was dreaming of cutting a tree on the moon. You'd better have a good reason to wake me up. I'm not your lackey. We made the deal, that's all. And I'm freaking tired after that trip.
Yeah, and about that deal, I need something from you, now. This little pod of yours, it's electrically insulated, heat-resistant, and highly durable against arcane energy. In short, the perfect aerospace material.
Uh-huh.
All I need is to send off a bit of material from it. Don't worry, just think of it as dental work.
Wait, you haven't paid for that yet. A deal is a deal.
She needs a moment to think about but eventually lands on a... Oh.
Here's your ID card. Just to be clear, this is only for an internship. You'll need to actually work to earn yourself a permanent one.
It's fair. I'm trying to not go into the other monitor when I'm scrolling to the top left, but every time I go over to the other monitor. Anyway, she needs a moment to think, but eventually lands on a solution. She hooks a tiny badge the size of a fingernail onto the salamander's tail.
And don't do anything stupid. I vouched for you, and now both our necks are on the line.
Ooh, it does look good on me.
Hey!
I knew I belong with the Plus. The engineers at the Foundation's 8th branch are way too competitive for my liking. So, what else you need? I brought some records about gunpowder-fueled flight and a few books on Eastern alchemy. Though, I'm not sure you'll be able to read any of them.
Little salamander chatters on. She flips over its vessel and inspects it thoroughly before pointing to the square markings on the vessel's base. Oh. The others gather close, unable to resist their curiosity.
What does this mean?
Good question.
Oh, that? You know, I got this part from the Panjayuan antique market. It's not a genuine antique, but the craftsmanship is quite excellent.
I love that he's upside down right now because he's being held upside down.
These characters here mean microwave safe. Funny enough, microwave ovens were not that popular when I got it.
Alright.
Speaking of Panjayuan, you can't find a flea market as big or as fun anywhere else. If you're ever looking for antiques and collectibles, it should be your first stop.
This is like if you find a super antique looking item somewhere in a shop and you look under it and it says made in China.
If you want to go take a look, I might just be nice for once and take you.
What was that sound? Did I hear it right? What? Oh wait. Little salamander notices their eager eyes.
If you...
Okay. At last, a chance to show off its salesman charm. A moment it's determined to seize.
No thanks. Just making sure it doesn't mean danger explosive. I already learned that lesson from another escapade with an arcane invention.
Uh-huh. She returns the dagger she'd borrowed. Who knows when, and slips the vial of metal powder into the desk drawer.
Alright, I've collected enough. You were so busy talking you didn't feel a thing, did you? Now back to our visitor in the checkered pattern uniform. Have you made a decision?
After a brief pause, the question Nameday asks switches the conversation to an entirely different track.
What are you going to do with the little astronaut? when the project's over.
I'll submit her application to Laplace once she agrees to join us. It'd be great if you could help with her employment procedures.
I mean, when are you going to tell her the real consequences of the storm?
Same as always, as soon as she gets a permanent position with Laplace.
Namely glances at Windsong, thinking she might chime in, offer an explanation at least, but she only nods. That's just how it is. The little astronaut, whom they've never even met, will have to learn it too. That pale dome and those cold steel buildings can't protect everyone. Soon the rain will wash away all that's familiar to them, again and again.
All right. Then I'll stay.
You mean you really want to stay with the circus?
Kiperina doesn't have a straight answer.
I meant that I'm willing to do whatever you need, but I don't think I want to do this permanently. Since you say that you need my arcane skill for this project, I'm happy to help. Though I don't really know if I can.
I think you know why Mr. Kozlov brought you all this way. When was the last time you had a proper meal?
Well, we usually have stews, and sometimes Mr. Kozlov will find us some canned food if we're lucky.
Oh boy, had a feeling already, but yeah, you guys are struggling. Her rebuttal is soft and utterly unconvincing.
And you still want to spend the rest of your life in that circus?
A knock breaks the silence. Kiperina uses the moment to lift her head. By the time she sits back down again, the light that flickered in her eyes is gone.
This is her, the girl I talked about. She doesn't speak much, but I feel that she has a good character.
I feel like she's very wholesome. Just nods. The girl casts a sweeping look across the room, pausing briefly on Pointer.
Don't be shy. You can sit next to Alia. What were you talking about? I hope our Alia didn't cause any trouble, madam.
He steps into the room, noticing immediately that Kiperina is fixated on the parcel in his hands. It's filled with things he and Natalia packed, things they thought the girls might need.
Mr. Kozlov.
Yeah, I think it's finally setting her in with her that staying, even if she wants to, staying with them is not the best solution going forward in life. Or rather, that she should look for new avenues so she can support both herself and maybe help out her, basically her parents, right?
Will I ever have the chance to return to Utraniaya?
Aww. She's just afraid that she's not gonna see them ever again. Well, about that. About that. When the storm hits, that's gonna be a thing. Alright, when we moved forward, huh? Okay, I see the team is assembled. Interesting, Voyager is not with them yet. But this is in the city, nothing on the outside. Okay, let's see. An expansive group photo. Usually found in a weathered old frame.
Will I ever have the chance to return to Utraniaya?
Hissabeth pushes the door open just in time to catch this scene. She lingers nearby, curious, watching the girl receive her answer.
We can talk about that in the future. Of course, we will keep in touch. You and Voyager can pay us a visit whenever you like. The girl's called Voyager, madam. She's clever, quiet, doesn't eat much. You will take her in too, won't you?
Oh, the poor guy. The poor guy just wants to find just to give them a future, because he knows he can't support them. Pointer doesn't object. She runs a brief analysis and concludes that the company of a peer could help ease the pressures of Kiperina's training. After listening carefully, Mr. Kozlov pats Kiperina's shoulder.
I always hoped you would settle down and live a comfortable life. Promise me you'll do your best, Alia.
Yes, Mr. Kozlov.
Oh, you finally reached an agreement. Cool. Looks like I won't have to do any more explaining. If you're saying goodbye soon, maybe you ought to consider bringing her a party gift. She looks like she could use one.
Damn, she's direct.
Yeah, something to remind her of home.
Nameday picks up the thread without missing a beat. Winsong steps forward just in time, joining Kiperina's side, and Hissabeth trails off.
Or maybe you can offer a few words of encouragement? What do you say?
Mr. Kozlov spies Kiperina rubbing the device in her hands with her pinky, the one Winsong had lent her earlier. He knows her well enough to understand the meaning. Nervous. He has no idea about the device's exact value, but he's certain it's not something you'd easily find in a circus.
Right, a gift. I'll need some time to prepare it. Let's make a deal, shall we? You'll get your gift next time you pay a visit to the Utrania. That way, you'll keep us in mind and come home again one day. I was worried you might not want to travel such a long way for us.
I feel, Mr. Kozlov. I'll find my way back to Utrania even if you've moved to the other end of the world.
Oh. She struggles to lift the parcel Mr. Kozlov gave her. Nameday quickly steps in to assist her in placing it on the table. Time flies. The thought pops into Mr. Kozlov's head, but what he says out loud has nothing to do with it.
That's my girl. Remember what I said? Do the best that you can, and have no regrets. Natalia and I don't have to worry about you, do we?
No. I'll give my best performance here, like I always did with Utrania.
Almost like she's trying to convince herself, she nods twice in a row and makes a solemn promise in her most serious tone. A question rises up in her, just below the surface. How can she be sure? She chooses not to ask. Oh boy. Oh boy, time to fight the inner demons again, isn't it? Uh-huh. What the shit? Cosmic reserves? Okay. Cosmic reserves. An astronaut reservist who didn't get chosen for space missions. He heard the girl next door liked astronauts, so he signed up. Malicious misconduct, direct accusation, indirect criticism, Regular Space Force. An active duty soldier of the Space Force. His mission is to fight aliens in the event of war. And right now, just about everyone looks like an enemy. Anti-alien assault, space strike technique, new battle doctrine. Well, send in the troops. You seriously think some no-name circus performer can pull off something this important? I know they have their reasons to doubt, but like it or not, this is my job now. Yeah, fighting rumors, inner doubts, and stuff like that.
Mind the blade.
Faraday's miracle.
Oh, that shield will not last you, buddy. I should stop dwelling on what they said. The only thing that matters now is living up to the trust and expectations others have placed on me.
And now, to return to my long-term mission.
Yeah,
Rest.
that was interesting. It's very interesting. I didn't expect that the enemies in this story are literally gonna be, for the most part, are just gonna be like her inner thoughts and self-doubt. June 1987. Plesetsk
How do you
COSMODROME.
feel? Intense nausea is common for the first few months of zero-G training.
I think I'm fine.
That spacesuit looks adorable. so many details on it as well.
You're very kind to ask, ma'am.
Her first training session was rough and more than a little messy, causing her to throw up. Pointer helped her to the infirmary. Once she could breathe again, she stammered out a request, just like the one she made today.
I'm ready for more.
You're at this again. Hissabeth already checked your vitals in arcane skill test reports. Her conclusion was clear. You need to rest and recover before we begin again.
She's way too eager.
If you push yourself too hard and become too sick to perform the mission, that won't help us either.
But I can do more. All I need is a bit more training. I need to perform flawlessly.
We don't need flawless, not at the cost of your health. We need satisfies all requirements, nothing more.
She adjusts her tone, searching her mind for something that might qualify as comfort or encouragement.
You're already doing better than we anticipated.
She fears the words came out too flat, but Kiperina shakes her head sincerely.
Thank you. But I still haven't memorized the flight procedures, and I'm still struggling with my arcane skill. Maybe I can ask Miss Vinsong to give me another ley lines lesson. That's not pushing myself, is it?
Well, it's not physical training, so I think you will be clear on that. Come on.
That's acceptable. But you will ensure you get a minimum of 8 hours of sleep every day.
Pointer gives in. She too had once been hell-bent on proving herself.
And promise me you'll eat well and never skip meals.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Hissabeth said there would be a team-building dinner tonight. I'll attend it and train for another half an hour after we come back.
Pointer accepted her role as mother.
No, that's not what I meant.
There are few tasks more difficult than instructing a child who is too mature for her own good.
Anyway, go change. We'll go together.
Of only restaurants in Mirny, this one does the best business, thanks in no small part to Hissabeth. With all those mouths to feed, food has always been a vital part of her lifestyle, one that she's only too eager to share with her team. Plus, the tables here are big enough for everyone in their group to have a seat. Oh, we're back to this scene.
We sat here when we first met, no?
I think so. This table seems a bit too small now.
Well, there's strength in numbers.
Alright, it was more.
Now depends on our brave astronaut. How's your arcane skill training?
There was more people on this table.
Not bad, I guess. Miss Vinsong is a wise teacher.
What is wrong with your hand there? How are you... oh my god, how are you bending it there? That looks... Ugh. Oh my god, your hand, please fix it.
I'm glad I've learned something from my experience with Vila. I hope you'll get to know her one day.
You'll have plenty of time to make friends once you return from your mission.
Looking forward to it. But first I have to go back to the circus. I think Mr. Kozlov will have my gift prepared by then. I'm sure he will. Though he didn't come to see me in Voyager this week.
He has a whole circus to run, and you're busy with training. It's hard to find a good time when you are both free.
There is Vinsong, name.
Perhaps he didn't want to make you homesick, but I'm sure he misses you a lot. Mirny isn't far from here. You should go back and visit sometime. No one will blame you if you take a break for a few hours.
I am able to drive you to town if you need.
This is a very big scene, or a very big picture.
Just submit your schedule 2 days in advance. I will set some time aside for a short trip.
Thank you. But I think it will have to wait until the project's over. Mr. Kozlov said I would always be able to visit him in the future. Besides, he needs time to prepare the gift.
I hope they're still there. Also, I hope they zoom out to show everybody in one frame. No, hey! Not everyone... The gecko is here. Not everyone... Oh, wait. Not everyone is interested in the still distant future. Kiperina's friend, at least, is more focused on what's right in front of her. She taps on the edge of the small vessel, smiling at the crisp, metallic sound it makes.
Don't do that. The echo from that sound makes me dizzy.
Huh?
She pulls her hand back and watches until confirming the little creature is friendly. Then she reaches out again, trying to figure out how to get along with it.
Voyager? Don't get distracted. They've almost finished the food.
Hey, they actually zoomed out. Man, this is a big picture. So many characters in this thing. Dame Day swaps the food around the table, pushing 2 still full plates to the middle. Cold scales press against Kiperina's wrist.
You like a drink? Here, we've got some hot milk or warm apple cider. Pick one.
Damn, Snake 1 is very mature sounding. Dragging a cup behind it, the snake leaves splotches of spilled drink all across the table.
Milk will be fine. Thank you.
Kiperina passes another cup to Voyager. She mimics the others by lifting the cup first in both hands and then just one.
Let's have a toast, friends. To our new team. Though no one knows for sure whether our project will succeed or is doomed to fail catastrophically, together we're working towards the future. Cheers!
A friendly signal. A quiet promise of unity. A turning point in any story or relationship, from a stranger to a colleague, and eventually... friend, comrade.
Yeah.
Nice.
Having said that, the odds are in our favor. Even though Laplace is no longer in its prime, it still has the best technology and the finest scientists.
The finest scientists? You mean us? I couldn't agree more. I've always believed that perseverance is the most basic fundamental quality that any researcher should possess.
Perseverance. There's only one thing that I think we should persevere with. Our efforts to return to the future.
Didn't know you Laplace researchers missed the good old days so much.
Laugh if you want, but you can't deny that our era was better than this one.
Kiperina keens her ears in, trying to catch each word. The room is warm, and the conversation at their table easy and relaxed. The question she's been keeping down finally bubbles out of her mouth. Uh-huh. She's gonna ask about era and stuff.
What was the future like?
Ah, yep.
I've read through the manual for temporary employees. The data we're going to collect may help people get back the things that they lost, right? From the futures that you've been to. What's Leningrad like in 1999? Were there any circus shows in your era? Does that mean everything was better than it is now? I have trouble imagining it. Were there sweets for everyone and stores that never ran out of food?
Yeah, that is
much better then. Well, except for the study of ley lines. It was still struggling as a scientific pursuit, especially when it came to attracting new students. Though even now, its only student seems to lack much interest in it.
That's not true. Sorry. I'm just having difficulty focusing on it with all the other demands on my time.
It's okay. Miss Winsong was only making a joke. at the expense of her very overworked student. It's true, things were nicer in the future. I do miss the sweets, and that the shops were never empty.
Every witness seems to offer her the same promise. It's worth it. Life should move forward, not stay stuck in the past.
Amazing! I'm sure we'll make it back one day.
This time, she raises to the bright future. She raises a cup first. To the bright future. The catchline for Reavers 1999. Someday we'll get back. Someday we'll reach it. Oh? We have a new one in the office, huh? Law. The spread of enigmification? The pale green characters pulse with emotion. Making sense of what they're saying is going to take all your cunning. Read the contents? Oh god, okay. 0001, anonymous number, okay. Just had a 2-year project cancelled. Soon I too will be able to hide out in my room all day playing Sudoku. Not sad about this at all. Number 2, anonymous number... let's just go by the last 3 numbers. 586, answering 620, I guess? Or 2620? I wouldn't start celebrating just yet. It looks like you're about to lose your vacation time since there's a shortage of staff everywhere. Entry number 3, 620 to 867 to 586, okay? What are they gonna do? It's not like a simple number theory major like me can contribute to rebuilding in the wake of the storm. Nothing's going to stop me from going on vacation. Nothing! Entry number 4 from 631 to 718. Would you look at that? The enigmification is spreading nicely. Good. At this rate, I'll have the entire Laplace break room all to myself. Number 5 from 718 to 961 to 631. And 631, I guess. As more people start slacking off, supplies will be cut too. You might get to hog all the daily meals from all of Laplace, but that's probably the best you'll do. Entry number 6, 867 and 620. You know, it'd be hilarious if a bunch of random numbers and formulas turned out to be the key to defeating this storm, and you got roped into non-stop 24/7 work trying to crack it, with Madame Lucy interrogating you 3 times a day about your progress. Entry number 7 with 961 and 718. Okay, that's not a new number. Okay. That sounds absolutely disgusting. I need a nap just at the thought of that. Entry number 8 from 012. Oh, and as part of the humanitarian gesture, I'll make sure your voice gets added to the machine too. Entry number 9. 078 and 278. Well, isn't that something? There are still poor souls who didn't get a vacation even at a time like this, with all these non-essential projects getting cut. Entry number 10, 278, 923 and 078. There's plenty, like John from the medical team, John from the mechanical engineer... John from the mechanical engineering group, and John from material science. Basically, even a non-theoretical department is pulling all-nighters to rebuild Laplace under Madame Lucy's brand of ruthless pragmatism. Entry number 11, the last one, 293 and 278. It really makes you wonder if the storm was part of a conspiracy by the Johns to steal funding from the rest of the team and justify their overtime pay. Coincidence? I think not! That last one is great. Okay, but I think this is where we're gonna stop for today. This recording has been going on for a bit now, and I do need to stop it eventually, even though I'm vibing very heavily and very interested to see how this whole shtick is gonna keep on going. I also wonder what role Voyager is gonna be playing in the rest of this story going forward. Are they gonna realize that there is more to her than meets the eye? Yeah, just in general. Considering that the beginning of this story was definitely after whatever experiment they were doing, or maybe a launch that they were doing, and it went wrong, potentially, considering them being in the medical ward and everything. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm definitely interested to continue this story. How many stages were there again? 20. And we're on 9. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how long the next part is. Might be splitting this into 2 more parts after this one. I wanted today to go to at least like the big first I don't know what you call these specific stages. The one that has like multiple difficulties essentially. Wanted to see up until this one today at least. But yeah. We'll see next time how this continues. I'm definitely interested to see how it continues and what's gonna happen next, but that will be it for this one. So as always, thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and please leave a like, it will help out the video a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and leave a comment as well, that also helps for the algorithm battles quite a lot. And if you want to support me more directly, memberships are open, no video will be behind a membership, it's purely there for support. Thank you to all the members already doing so, much appreciated. And I hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.